Hey guys, it's Josh, and as you can see from behind me, it is a glorious day here in New York City. But before I head out to enjoy it, I thought I'd give you guys a quick update on the fitness challenge I've been doing. So a quick recap. For the whole month of May, for all 31 days, I set myself the goal of doing fitness every single day. So that means at least a 1 hour swim with my swim team or some weight sessions at home. I also couple that with eating super healthy. So no fatty foods, no desserts, as minimal carbs as humanly possible, occasionally calorie counting just to make sure I'm in the right range. Now, for the most part, I managed to do it. I think I missed one day out of pure exhaustion, but other than that, I made it through. And here are the results. Now, before I show you guys some before and after pics, please just keep in mind the following. Firstly, I have a really bad lower back. I have several disc herniations in my lumbar, which is the lower back, which makes it really hard to do extremely heavy weights. I'm going to talk about that a little bit more as I talk through what I've learned. And, if you want to see more coverage on how to do this level of exercise with a bad back, let me know, put a comment down below, and I'm happy to do some videos on it. The other thing, of course, is if you don't want to see me shirtless, turn away now. As you can see from the before picture, I wasn't in the best shape. I certainly wasn't overweight or fat, but I really didn't have a lot of shape in my torso. Now, as you can see from the after picture, I'm starting to see a lot more shape in my body. I'm seeing a little bit more of that triangular effect starting to come to place, but you can also see that I really, I'm not like super ripped or anything like that. I wouldn't even classify myself as ripped, but I did make some solid improvements. And as you can see again from the side picture, here's the before, and what you can see is again, my stomach is not, that thin at all. And now when you take a look at the after picture, you're seeing a lot more of a flatter stomach, and you're also seeing some more definition in the arms. Now, again, I'm pretty happy with the results, but they weren't like amazing. I didn't turn around from, those before pictures to being super ripped. And I think if I had that expectation, I probably would have been incorrect. I think it takes a little bit more time and a little bit more effort. Now, I want to talk about what I've learned from it, because I really enjoyed this and I want to keep doing it. And, what I could perhaps teach you guys if you want to do something like this as well. The first thing that I learned is being fit and healthy makes me really happy about myself. I feel more confident and I just feel good inside. And what that means is I want to turn this challenge into an actual lifestyle. And what I mean by that is I don't want to be going out of my way to do exercise or feeling like I am. I want to look through many, many opportunities that I can just make this a part of my everyday life. And when I go through the next things, I'm going to bring this up as I go along. The next thing I really learned is how important it is to have rest. Now, obviously, by adding a day of rest, which I've done since I finished the challenge in June, now I'm only doing 6 days a week, it means there's more recovery for me. So my muscles can recover better after a weight session and things like that. The other thing I discovered about having a rest day is you're just less stressed. I found by doing fitness every day for 7 days, it added this element of stress to my life. So let's say I had to stay late at work. I would be stressed because, I knew I had to get out of there. I had to go home. I was going to have to do a weight session at 9 or 10 p.m. at night. It's not enjoyable. You really want to give yourself that flexibility in life. And plus, if you're tired, it means you're going to be, more on edge with people around you. And that's not a nice way to be. So to make this part of my life, I've gone down to 6 days a week and I'm a lot happier for it. Let's talk about saving time. If you're doing fitness every day or 5-6 times a week, it becomes very important to look for opportunities to save time. What I found, for instance, let's take the swimming. I was swimming 4 times a week, an hour per week, so 4 hours all up. But those swimming sessions with my team go actually for an hour and a half. So if you look at each session, I'm spending 45 to 50 minutes to get there, 50 minutes to get back, plus changing and having a shower. If I do 3 swims but stay for an hour and a half rather than 4 swims for an hour, I find that I'm just saving a lot more time, as well as I find that I'm getting better results because in each of these swims, they're more intense because they're going for longer. And I also looked for other ways to save time. For example, I actually have a lot of weights at home, and by having them at home, it means I don't have to get changed, travel to the gym, and travel back. They're right here, so that saves me a bit of time as well. So because I'm doing weights at home, and now I'm doing 3 swims per week, it means I've saved a couple of hours right there, which really does add up. The next thing I wanted to talk about is just how important I discovered that sleep is. If you're doing a lot of exercise, you've got to get 8 hours of sleep per night. And if you're not, I challenge you to really try to understand why. In my case, the reason I wasn't getting a lot of sleep was I was just trying to do too much. And what I discovered was if fitness is a priority to me, it means I just have to deprioritize other things. And by getting into bed at a decent time and have a decent amount of sleep, again, it just affected my mental well-being. I got better recovery from the weights I was doing and better results. And also, again, I was less edgy around people. And I've mentioned being edgy around other people a couple of times in this video, and it is important. If you're trying to eat less and you're doing a lot of exercise and you're tired and you're worn out, that could be a factor, and that's just not a nice way to live. So if you're going to make this part of your everyday life, you got to get on top of these things. When I look back at the results I got, one of the big things I noticed was that I didn't get as much muscle definition as I thought I should and I thought I could. And as I look back at, what I was doing, I was swimming 4 to 5 times per week and only doing weights 2 to 3 times. And I really think that I was at such an imbalance there. So what I've done going forward is doing 3 swims per week and 3 weight sessions. So I've upped the weight session and reduced the swim session. The next thing that I learned, which is also about weights, is I thought that because I was swimming and I'm doing lots of exercise and I've got a bad lower back, so I didn't want to cause a flare-up by hurting the lower back, I would use lighter to medium weights but do high repetition. So I would be doing 21 reps or 30 reps rather than the standard 12. Now, I just didn't get the results that I wanted. But what I did discover was by doing solid lower back stretches and strengthening exercise, over the duration of this challenge, my back just became so much stronger and I've been able to lift heavier weights. So now I'm lifting, medium to heavy weights back to the regular 12 reps, pushing those muscles to exhaustion, and I can really see the difference. So that's a big change that I've done. The last one that I wanted to mention on the, the weights or gym side is really ab work. Looking at those before and after pics, it's really clear that I'm not getting as much definition in my abs. I find that mat work, crunches, planks, those things that really build those abdomen muscles are just quite boring and I really don't like doing them. But by looking at those before and after pictures, I've got to focus there. So moving forward, every single weight session I do, I'm going to hop on the mat and really do some crunches or there's a variety of different exercises you can do to build your abdomen. The other thing that really surprised me in the challenge is that getting up early isn't as hard as I would have thought. I am not a morning person at all. But by prioritizing my fitness, I pushed myself to get up in the morning and do an early morning swim or a weight session before work. And what I discovered was I can actually do it and I don't mind it. It's not too bad at all. So that was something quite surprising that I actually learned during this process. All right, let's switch gears into eating. Obviously, what you eat is incredibly important. And for the challenge, I tried to eat super healthy. So I wasn't eating any processed foods. I wasn't ordering in, just for an example, if I was to order a salad, no cheeses on that salad. I wouldn't order bread with that salad. I'd get no salad dressing. I'd just put salt and pepper and lemon juice. And it was actually quite tasty. Now, as I said, eating healthy, super important. What I learned during the challenge is that it wasn't that hard to eat at home, often. And also, it wasn't that hard to prepare meals. I was never a cook before this challenge, but now I've discovered that there's a variety of different healthy and wholesome meals that I can prepare in under 10 minutes and clean up in under 10 minutes. Now, obviously, if you're ordering in, this isn't as quick as that. That's like a couple of minutes to place an order, pour it out of the container, eat it, and then throw the container in the bin, or hopefully you're recycling it. But I did find that moving to healthy eating, it just wasn't that big a time suck as I thought it would be. And obviously the results are incredible compared to ordering takeout. Now, if you want to know a couple of simple recipes that I'm doing and that I find incredibly tasty and delicious, just post a comment below and I'll make a video about it. All right, let's talk about alcohol. Obviously, living in a cosmopolitan city like New York City, it is really hard to not drink, which is exactly what you need to be doing if you want to, build body mass and recover from exercise and things like that. What I discovered during the challenge is, yes, I can go to events like after work drinks or, parties with friends or things like that. But it is kind of tough to not drink. It's kind of socially accepted that you will be drinking, and oftentimes other people feel awkward if you aren't. So this is what I decided to do. I choose one event per week that I have max that is a drinking event. I don't drink a lot, but I will order the occasional light beer, or I enjoy scotch or something like that. As I said, I don't drink a lot, so 2 to 3 drinks. The other events, say a work function, is something that I could probably get away with by not drinking. So that's something that I'll order a nice mineral water like a Pellegrino with a nice lemon in it. And it's very tasty, it's slow drinking like alcohol, and you're not gonna make other people feel as weird because you're walking around holding something in your hands. Well, folks, I learned a lot in the experience. It was a really great one. As I said, I'm now going to make this all a part of my lifestyle. Let's see what changes I can get after the challenge by doing those things I talked to you about. I'm going to check back in with everyone at the end of summer. That's going to be about 3 to 4 months from when I started the challenge. And let's see if I can get even more results and really start to get a little bit more ripped. So I'm excited about this. It's a beautiful day outside and I'm going to go out and enjoy it. Have a great day. I will catch you later. Press the subscribe button if you like this video, reply with comments if you want to chat, and hit that notification bell if you want to hear when I've got more videos posted.